Alright, so I am, which I wouldn't suggest this, I would do this last, but I'm just going to do it now to get out of the way. Let's just go ahead and do the hair. Let's make sure we have the head on too so we can see it. Okay, so to sculpt the hair, well, we go over here, and then you'll see there's a bunch of different groom. So if you hit G, B and G, you'll see there's groom brush 1, groom clumps, blah, 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 groom hair long, groom hair short, groom hair toss if you want to toss it. I would just try them and see what they do. I'm going to go ahead and do groom hair short because I got relatively short hair. And basically it works like a brush. So you just kind of click and you drag and you can more or less brush your character's hair. So I'm going to give my guy a kind of comb over because I don't really care. Alright, so he's a pretty boy. Such a handsome young man. Okay, so there we go. Let's make, we'll keep it that size. And I'm just going to kind of go like this. And you can see he looks freaking amazing. Let's see, let's B, G, and I think there's one that's, where are you? One that's for, why am I not finding it? I swear there was one that does, spin knot. Let's see, let's give him a colic. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, there we go. That's what he wanted. It looks great. Okay. But basically you can use those groom brushes and you can spend time on it and make it not look terrible. But it goes along with this ridiculous cheekbone. So, we're going to call that good. Alright. So anyways, use those groom brushes and you can kind of groom it how you want. There's also one for like length. So, B, G, and then where's the lengthen? So if I take this and, let's see, alright. This will allow you to, let me see, lengthen it, which you might want to do. Let me see, if I go Alt, I think it'll go inwards. Yeah. You can play around with that too. Okay. So, so from here, what I would do, if I were you, is start sculpting. Basically, I'm just going to work on a shirt just so you can see something. So I'll do BST for regular standard brush. And I'm gonna up the division, so divide, and basically I would just start, if I were you, to you know, put wrinkles if you want, right? So like that. Make sure that if you want symmetry that it's on. For some reason mine's like staying on. It used to not do that, which is cool, but remember it's just X to do that if you want to put that on there. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of make it look like he's got a shirt on here. You kind of get the idea. Right, so and I'm just kind of drawing a stroke and then smoothing it out. Okay, and then smooth, draw a stroke, and then smooth, and smooth that out there quite a bit, kind of like that. But you can see, right, kind of make it look like a shirt or something. He's got a raggedy shirt, but this might be something too that you don't want to have symmetry on, because obviously it'd be probably a little bit asymmetrical. So I would just sculpt it, you know, real nice, things like that. The face, let's say we do the face here real quick. I'd go through and let's get a little bit closer. And I actually might divide that up a little bit more. Actually, you know what? I'm going to wait to divide it up. So let's just... I highly suggest that you, so I'm just gonna sculpt some eyelids here, right? So, and just make sure you smooth. Basically, draw a stroke, smooth. Draw a stroke, smooth. That's what the name of the game is. Okay. So, and then smooth out this part. Okay. So, come on, buddy. Just want you to have some eyelids so you don't looking angry. He looks angry about it. Alright, so smooth. And then I can actually cut in here instead. I'm just holding Alt as I draw it in. Alright, smooth that out. You get kind of the idea. Alright. Alright. Hopefully your guy doesn't look so scary as mine. Personally, I would retopologize mine manually, which would result in a little bit better of results, but for the sake of time, we're just going to do the Z retopology. A little bit of a filtrum here, right? Oops. Oh, there we go. God, it looks like it looks terrible. Okay. BMB. Maybe I can kind of get this eyelid to be a little bit more pronounced without being scary. Who knows? Probably not. It's not looking too good. Let's do, I'm going to go control and paint the bottom lid so it doesn't affect that. And then I'm just going to see if I can get myself a better eyelid by just grabbing this instead. Okay. Alright, and I'll just smooth. If you hold Shift and then Spacebar, you can actually adjust the intensity. So I'm just going to kind of smooth that out. Smooth that out. Smooth that out. Why are you so... It's like pinching right there for some weird reason. It's weird. Alright, then we'll control... And I'm just going to control this one now. And then I'm just going to pull this up. See if I can get something a little bit better here. Pull it back out. Okay. And I'm just pulling that up. Smooth that out. Okay, it looks a little bit better. Okay. Oops. BST. And let's make this smaller. And oops. And hold Alt. Clear that out. Alright. God, he's really super frightening. I think his eyes might be I think his eyes might be a little bit. The topology is just not quite there, but okay. Let's BST. But anyway, so you're gonna kind of sculpt out a face. Hopefully, it's not terrifying like mine. And go through and add all your details and stuff like that, and sculpt all the little pieces and things as best you can. Now, you might want to add even more detail, right? So let's just save this as the next version. Control S, and we'll call this one. I'm gonna call this one Scary Guy. Okay. So to add more detail, I just am going to go here to Geometry and just divide. And let's Control, click, and drag, divide. Not sure why that's happening. It's weird. And then we'll Control, let's see. Okay, it's just acting a little weird. Okay. Let's see something. Oh, there's two of them. Why did I get two? I don't remember doing that. Okay, so I'm going to grab this one and we'll delete that guy and we'll hit OK. Alright, now we have the divided one. I don't know, I must have hit something somewhere. I don't remember hitting that, but whatever. So Geometry, So like this. Now what you can do from here is you can start to add things, right? So I go to my alpha, and let's say I want to add like skin pores. Let's see. Okay. I'll use, instead of stroke, let's do spray. And we're going to take the intensity way down. Let's see. There we go. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's basically, it's very lightly adding a texture to it. I'm holding Alt as I draw it. You know, you can kind of see it there, right? So just, you know, adding a bit of texture, which you may or may not like. I don't know, I don't really like it, but I'm just gonna kind of showing you. Another one super useful is this one. So let's take it from spray and just go back to freehand here. And yeah, let's see. Oops, I meant to do this. There we go. And so this one's useful because, let's say, you know, sometimes on the neck you can see like there's like those wrinkles. I could draw this across. Let's make the intensity just a little bit higher. There we go. And you can see, you can kind of make those neck wrinkles, right? Sometimes there's a little bit underneath here too, underneath his eyes, right? You can make some really frightening looking things. Okay, and we could add that to all sorts of thingies. Okay, so that's how you'd use the alpha if you want to sculpt some details and stuff. So this guy's pretty frightening, but basically just up your subdivision and just sculpt out the rest of your dude and dudette, and you can do it per area and what have you. Okay, in the next video I will texture, I think. I just thought I would show you something too. Let me save this guy real quick. Save. Yes. So there's another thing I was working on before, just to give you an idea of like what the sculpt can look at. I was working on, which one? I don't know which one's the latest one. So yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I didn't change anything, but go ahead and save it. So this was for like the faculty show or whatever, but just so you get an idea. Like you can make something like this. I just made this velociraptor because my son likes velociraptors. Oh, he's on a low level. Let me go up higher. Give it a second. It's got subdivide geometry. So you can see this is the low poly version of it. I did the exact same process that you guys just saw. I just did the Z spheres and all that other business. And then, but if you look, you can see he's kind of high poly. I just sculpt all of the wrinkles and details into it. And then you get, you know, this thing, right? And then we just painted it. Oops, and he went way back there. There you go. But you can see, like, you know, just paint these wrinkles and sculpt them in and things like that. But it's nothing too fancy. It's literally the same thing we've been doing, except he's a little less scary because he's not that weird faced guy. But anyway, just so you get an idea. All right.